Hi everybody and welcome back to Clonmel Yoga Studio. For this session we're going to work on our core muscles, strengthening our core muscles and maintaining our core muscles. I hope you're all keeping well and I want to thank you for supporting and for viewing the videos. We have people in Ireland watching them. I also know there's people in the States, in the Caribbean, in Turkey and in Japan. So keep up the good work and keep the body healthy and the mind calm. Just sit for a moment now and soften the shoulders down. Allow yourself to be present. Tune into your body. See how you feel. Be aware of any injuries that you may have, old or new. And as with any exercise routine, do not do anything that's not suitable for yourself. When we work with the core muscles, people think of having a real flat tummy and a kind of a six-pack as such, but it's not about that. It's about strengthening the muscles, maintaining the rotary muscles as well that allow you to rotate, to extend and to flex, and keeping those strong. And also what's very important is to remember your internal organs that are inside these muscles. These need space to work. These need space to function. So you don't want everything to be so tight that your muscles inside and your internal organs, cannot have space to work. So just remember that. So now we'll extend the arms, we'll soften the shoulders, and as we breathe in, we just warm up the body. So breathing in, find the lift, find the stretch, and release back to center. And again, going with the breath, breathing in, gliding up. Find the lift, find the stretch, and releasing back to center. Gentle stretch now to the right hand side, and back to the center. A gentle stretch to the left hand side, and back to center. And then a soft twist to the right, and back to the center, and a soft twist to the left, and back to center. And then bring the shoulders to the ears and release them down. Bring your shoulders to your ears and release them down. And drop your chin towards your heart. And then send your chin back up towards the skies. So a good stretch of the neck. Soften the shoulders down as you do so. And again, drop your chin towards your heart. And then very gently back to center. And then a soft twist to the right of the neck muscles, turning the head. And back to the center. And turning the head to the left. And back to center. And because we're going to be working a bit on our hands, just make a fist and just rotate into the wrists. You want to keep your wrists strong. And then squeeze and stretch. And squeeze and stretch. So now we're going to start in table pose. Remember, the knees are under the hips, the back is nice and flat, the fingers are spread, and you're just going to glide your bum back towards your heels. So just stretching back, pushing into the heels of the hands, getting a nice stretch of the body, and then floating forward, dropping the pelvis down, push into the hands and a good stretch up, and then back into table. And then 4-point pose. Bring your hands under your shoulders, send the right leg back, push into that heel, send the left hand forward. So stretching and then raise the limb. So just preparing the body for the asana practice that's coming in front of us. And stretching. And back to center. Now tuck the toes under, buttocks back towards the heels, downward dog. Now have the feet about hip width apart. Release the crown of your head towards the mat, soften the back of the neck, and just pedal the legs. Just give them a nice little stretch. And then for the rotational core muscles, take your right hand, glide it across, either to your thigh, to your knee, or to your ankle, and look up under the armpit. And then back to the center, opposite side, balancing the body. To your thigh, to your knee, to your shin, look up under the armpit, and back to center. And then send the right leg up, stretch it up. Now push into the hands. Now if this suits your body, bend at the knee and just hover to your right elbow, to your left elbow, to the centre, and stretch back up again. And release back to centre. Send the left leg up, stretch it up. Push into the hands. Bend at the knee, glide it through. To each elbow. Centre point. Back up again. Releasing down. Drop your feet and your knees and stretch back. Soften down now into child pose. Tune into your limbs. Tune into your body. Soften the shoulders. And then when you're ready, peel yourself back up. And now we're going to come in, which is a real strong core muscle strengthener, is plank pose. So the hands are under the shoulders and you're going to extend your limbs back. You're going to push into those heels and you're going to engage your belly. Now if your core muscles are a little bit weak, you'll find you slack down a little bit, or sometimes you might come up, push the bum up a little bit, but you want to push into the heels and have yourself parallel to your mat. So now you feel nice and strong. Head is in line with the spine. Listen to the body, listen to the breath. So this might be enough for you today, or you may wish to go into side plank. Now there's a softer version of side plank, so we'll do the stronger version first. You just sweep over to the side. You can stack your limbs or one in front of the other and extend the arm up. And then your hips are stacked as well, one hip on top of the other. So you can see how this would strongly engage the core. Now just bring your hand back down and then bend the right knee and extend the limb long, and then you can come up. So this is a nice softer version, probably easier on the wrists than on the shoulders. So do whatever version you feel is good for your body. And then coming back into table, and then we'll work the opposite side. Again, push into the heels, engage that belly. Arms are strong, fingers are spread. Plank pose. If you wish to go any further, then you just swivel for side plank. And you extend up. The hips are stacked. You can see why it's quite strong for the core. And then you can bend the left knee. Drop it onto the mat and extend and stretch up. And then nice and slowly back to center. And then just come back into hare pose again, just stretching back, stretching back. And then nice and softly coming up. And this time you're going to come to lie on your tummy. So release the body down now, gently. Always make sure that you treat your body with the utmost respect and be nice and gentle and soft in your movements as you build the strength and flexibility of your body. So this movement is very subtle. You're going to lie on your tummy, extend the legs back. And then I just want you to engage your belly, just your belly only. So draw the belly button in towards the back ribs. And you can just feel the belly button coming back towards the back ribs. So you're not lifting your buttocks, you're not lifting your belly, you're not lifting your chest, you're just drawing the belly back in, sucking it up towards your back ribs. So just sucking the belly in and then soften it down. And again, just sucking the belly in. And release it down. Now send back the right leg quite strongly. Send back the left leg quite strongly. Send forward the right arm. Send forward the left arm. Head is in line with the spine. And when you're ready, raise the forelimbs from the ground. Now send them away from each other. If your shoulders are very tight, you may wish to bring your hands into a square right across from the shoulders, softer on the shoulders, and release down. Big toes together, turn your head to the side, and then breathe now into your lower back. Just breathe into the lower back. And now we're going to come forward and we're going to bring the arms back. Open up the shoulders. And again, send the right leg back, send the left leg back. You can hold on to your wrists. Raise the body up, really engaging the core now, really engaging the belly. Taking your time. And when you're ready, very gently, release, release, release down. Now bring your hands in under the shoulders, index finger tucked in towards your shoulders, elbows tucked in, and again send the legs back. Every time you stretch them back, you feel as if you're growing a little bit longer, you're stretching the spine. Now I want you to engage your belly again quite strongly. So as if you're lifting the belly off the ground, using that strength then in the abdominal muscles to come up into a soft cobra. So breathing in. Drop the shoulders. And then nice and softly releasing. And again, breathing in, but this time use your upper strength now of your core muscles to lift you up. So breathing in. Release the shoulders. And breathing out. Turn your head to the side. Bring your arms down the side of your body. Bring your big toes together. And then just let everything soften and relax. Glide the hands in under the forehead, bend the limbs up, and then just make circles. So now you're giving the pelvis a little massage. Just making circles. And again, send the limbs long. Stretch them away. Raise the right leg, raise the left leg. Send the arms back. Push into the toes. And softly, softly, softly release down. Hands in towards your chest. Push up into upward dog. And stretch all the way back into child pose. Draw the hands in, drop the forehead down, release the shoulders, buttocks are back towards the heels. And when you're ready then, just peel yourself back up. Now we're going to come into sitting and we're going to work the core muscles from the sitting pose. I hope you like my flowers. I bought those up the woods. I brought those from the woods. I didn't buy them in the woods yesterday in County Tipperary. So sitting tall, stick pose. Stick pose is strong. You have to engage the core muscles to keep the body upright. And we go from here into boat pose. So just glide the legs in. Engage the belly, soften the shoulders, and you're back on your sitting bones. And you can bring your hands under your thighs if you wish as you slowly lift the legs up. Now just be mindful of your lower back in this pose, and if you find that it's anyway achy, you can always give this a little miss. Extend the hands out, soften the shoulders, relax the jaw, soften the eyes, and then release the limbs down. And then just to give that a little counter pose, bring the hands back. Engage the four corners of your four limbs that are touching the mat and glide your buttocks away from your body as you come up into a plateau. Keep the head in line with the spine. And then nice and slowly release down. So like plank boat pose is really good for engaging the core muscles. And if you find that in boat pose you float back, just go with the float. Let's see if we can float back and enjoy that stretch as well without trying to hold yourself rigid. So walk the feet in a little bit more. Engage the core, engage the belly, soften the shoulders, lean back a little, and then we'll begin to bring the legs up. But this time you want to bring them all the way up. Stretch them up. Stretch the arms out. Now if you want to roll back, let's see if I bring the arms up and you roll back. And then you can get a roll back and a roll back up. So don't worry if you start falling back, don't feel you've got to hold it and shake it. Just go with the flow and come back up again. So now bring the feet in a little bit. Soften the shoulders, engage the belly, lean back and glide the legs up. Push into the heels. Really nice. And then draw the knees into the chest, drop the feet on the floor and sit tall as you kind of drape yourself up. And this is a nice way of softening. A nice little pause in between the poses. You can just drape yourself over them and have a little rest. It's like a sitting child pose. And then nice and slowly back to center. So what's important then for the rotational core is a twist pose. So push into the heels, you're sitting tall, and this time bring your left knee up towards your chest, right hand around the knee, left hand behind the pelvis. And when you breathe in again, you're growing tall. Keep the spine long. And as you breathe out, you're twisting to the left. So you feel your tummy, your rib cage, your shoulders. The head follows the line of the spine. Now relax the eyes, soften the jaw, close your eyes if you wish. And just breathe here now for a few breaths. And this is very good as well for massaging your internal organs. So we don't rush this pose now. What's important is you slowly come out, taking your time, releasing back to center, and set the legs long. Sit tall again and stick, and then you draw the right knee in towards your bum. Left hand around the knee, right hand behind, and again sit tall. And when you're ready, breathe in, and as you breathe out, this time you're twisting to the right. So breathing in and breathing out, just twisting nice and slowly, nice and slowly. So you really get a good twist. You can feel it like a little rope coiling in your body. Good for the organs, good for detox. Soften the eyes now, relax the jaw. And slowly then relaxing back to center. Important to come out slowly from all the poses so that you don't pull any muscles and that you treat your body kindly. So when you're ready then you're going to come down to lying. So just stretching out, stretching back, and just check your alignment now again. That you're in a nice straight line. Ankles to knees, to hips, to shoulders, and the head is in line with the spine. And then as you breathe in, we're going to get a nice extended Tadasana. So breathing in, stretching up, pushing into the fingertips, pushing into the heels. Draw the belly in towards the back ribs. And then nice and slowly releasing back to center. So you've been working with the core, we have a few more to do. Then you can see how you feel tomorrow. But don't worry, it'll only be for a day or two. And then keep practicing and you really build up the strength in your body, in your core muscles, in your rotational core muscles. There's lots of other exercises we can do, but we're just focusing on these today. So draw the knees into the chest, drop your hands to the floor, and then just cycle the legs. So cycle the legs. This works on the hips. Now cycle towards the ground, and then cycle up towards the ceiling, and then reverse. I know you don't reverse on a bicycle, but let's do this. Maybe on exercise bicycles you do. I don't have one of those. I only have a high Nelly. And then draw the knees into the chest and just give yourself a little bit of rotation here into the pelvis, into the hips. And then we send the legs. Now the knees are over the hips. Your feet are on an imaginary wall. And if you cough, I want you to engage your TA muscles. So just cough. And it's just about an inch below your belly button. You should feel that engaging. Now push strongly into your thighs. Push your heels into an imaginary wall. Bring your chin towards your chest. And you should feel like when you push into your thighs, you should feel the muscles here engaging. Now we're going to work one side of the body at a time only. And sometimes you can begin to cross over. So try and stick with the program, as they say. And we're going to do the left-hand side first. And you just go with your natural breath. So we'll just take a breath in to start, breathing in. Stretching 1. And release. Stretching 2. And release. Now keep that right hand pressing against the thigh. Stretching 3. And release. Stretching 4. And release. Stretching 5. And release. Stretching 6. And release. Stretching 7. And release. Stretching 8. And release. Stretching 9. And release. Go one more. Stretching 10. And release. So you can build these up. Draw the knees into the chest again. You can build these up maybe at 5, 4, whatever suits your body, and build it up and go as far as you can. That's comfortable. So now we'll go to the other side, and again push into the thighs. You can feel the strength. Engage that belly, engage that TA muscle, and then we're going to work on the right hand side, keeping the left side strong so it's not getting weak. You're pushing into the thigh, you're keeping it strong. Breathing in. And 1. And release. And 2. And release. And 3. And release. And 4. And release. And 5. And release. And you can take pauses in between. Take little rests. Just enjoy that stretch. One leg forward, one back, arm back. I think we're at 7. I might have misjudged. 8. I'll feel it tomorrow. 9. And 10. And again, then just draw the knees into the chest and just give a little bit of movement here. So keeping the back soft. And then coming back to static again. Pushing into the thighs, pushing into the heels. Drawing the belly button down towards the back ribs. And this time we're going to do both together. I don't think we do the 10. Let's go for 6. Breathing in. And 1. Long, long stretch. And release. And 2. And release. And 3. And release. And 4. And release. And 5. And release. And 6. And release. Let's keep going. Only another 4. And 7. And release. And 8. And release. And 9. And release. And 10. And release. And then just draw the knees in. Cross at the shins. Soften the shoulders down. Close the eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Hopefully your belly is good. If you don't reach your feet, hold on to the knees. Now it's not pulling, it's just softening down to the floor. And then swap to the opposite side. And again, softening down. Draw the knees to the chest, drop the feet to the floor, cover the belly. And arms Arms by your side, chin towards your heart, and when you're ready, just float up into bridge pose. Just stretching up, stretching up. Mindful of your neck. This is good now for toning the whole of the back. And then very gently releasing, releasing, releasing. Draw the knees into the chest. It's like one little flow. Drop the feet to the floor. And this time we'll go into floating bridge. Get your heels in towards your buttocks if you can. Feet about hip width apart. And then you're just going to float everything up. Floating the arms, floating the buttocks. Lovely, lovely stretch back. Pushing into those knees, getting a nice stretch from your hips forward. And then very gently, releasing everything down at the same time. Slowly, 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 slowly. And what's really nice then is just a gentle twist, reclining twist to the right hand side with the feet and the knees. Head rolls away to the left. Now this is lovely for the discs of the back to increase blood flow to the discs of the back. It's a nice way to wind down the practice. And then slowly back to center, dropping the feet and the knees to the opposite side. Head rolls away. Just remember now, in any exercise you do, listen to the body. Never proceed if you're feeling any pain or discomfort. So build up nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Building up slowly, slowly. Now extend the legs, stretch them out. Lift the pelvis, soften it down. Release the shoulders. Send the arms away. Close the eyes. Relax the jaw. Now you're going to take a nice deep breath in and softly sigh the breath out. So a big breath in, breathing in. And again, breathing in. Sigh the breath out. And one last time, breathing in. And sigh the breath out. Allow the body down now, soften down a little bit more. And when you're ready then, just bring gentle movements back to the feet, to the fingers. Allow yourself a nice deep stretch. Draw the knees into the chest and slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Remember, enjoy the yoga, enjoy the movement, enjoy strengthening your body, lengthening your spine and keeping well. Thank you all for joining me. Namaste.